Hey, what's good, y'all? Agamatsu here today. Just saying what I feel needs to happen. Look at this race, okay? Look at this. Scroom. Scroom is an interesting race because, personally, there's nothing really too good about it in combat, and it's kind of considered a meme. The thing is that I feel Scroom could be so much more useful if they simply just make a few changes that I feel could for sure make Scroom a lot better of a race. So first off, when we look at all the races you can roll, right? We're not worrying about Metal Scroom. I'll talk about it later. Look at all the races you can roll. Out of all these, only 3 right now you can't get vampire. 4 you can't get vampire. And Gaian's already really good, right? Vind and Fishrin, 1% races, they have something unique about them and they're really good in K. But Scroom, is Scroom good in K? Is Scroom even good in Gaia? Now, understandably, you can get an artifact and become Meta Scroom, but at the same time, it's just as rare as something like a Lannis. I'd much rather find a Lannis for, I don't know, my Azo CK Necro than I would become a Meta Scroom to Meta Scroom and not have another artifact. Do you understand what I'm saying? I have to have a whole artifact to make Scroom somewhat useful. I don't think it should be that way. I demand Scroom buffs now. Now the poison damage, yeah, okay, 10% damage buff. But again, as you can see, it says right here, only relevant on Druid, Faceless, and like Serpent Strike and Poison enchants. If you don't have that, it's literally useless. The boneless thing is nice, it's a utility. Enhanced stomach, nice, utility. Poison blood, okay, nice. All these stuff is utility at the end of the day. Maybe boneless can help you if you're trying to run away, maybe. And enhanced stomach, okay, maybe. But again, people have meat if they need to eat. They can't even eat while in combat. The only thing is maybe detoxify, and even then, you can't. There's nothing really good about it. So you might be asking, Agamatsu, how do we fix this issue? How do we fix this issue of Scroom becoming from one of the races that you use just to grip, basically just to get grips, to become an actual viable race? Because remember, Scroom and Gaian have nearly the same percentage, if not the same percentage, yet Gaian is so much better than Scroom. You have so many more better builds on Gaian than you have a Scroom. For example, Gaian D-Sage. You don't see a Scroom D-Sage. That's a joke. It's like the non-tomeless guy you see that's like, oh, easy, like, you know, easy, like the guy you think you can like fight as an Ashen freshie, you know what I mean? So I think first off, what we need to do is give Scroom an ability that sets it apart or different than the rest, because right now there's 2 possible options. Either A, let it go vampire, all right, let it go vampire and become a zombie Scroom. I'll get on that later. Or give it a racial ability that's actually different and unique and makes up for the fact that it can't go vampire. Because at least Gaian and Gaia, at least, it's very useful. And in K, that extra health, it's just a lot more amazing. Vind and Fishrin may not be as useful in Gaia because, you know, no vampire, but in K, oh my goodness, so good. So what does Scroom get? I think the first thing is to give Scroom its original gate back. I'm going to explain that later in another video coming up, but basically in an old version of Rogue Lineage, which I'll get to later again, Scrooms used to have this ability, or at least they could use this ability, and they would basically be able to teleport in between these little Scroom gates. I think they should add that back. First off, give Scroom an advantage, a home field advantage. Second off, I think as a racial ability, it should have something called like Scroom Ability. I don't know what to name it, but basically, right, every hit you have auto procs poison for like 10 to 20 seconds. I think that'd be an amazing move. Think about it, like your Scroom is poison, right? Let's just say it takes like a little bit of your health, like 5-10 health away, but for the next 10 to 20 seconds you automatically proc poison because that's Scroom blood on your weapon, and Scroom blood is poisonous. So in that case, it should always be proccing poison. So imagine you're a Scroom Shinobi and you pop Bane and you pop that ability, bam, you're just going ham. That poison, that fire enchant is hitting, you're just going stupid, going crazy on them. Scroom would be a little bit more of a threat. as a freshie, you know, let's just say you're trying to fight somebody off, that poison can really help you. For the next 10 to 20 seconds, you can do a lot of, that's two poison procs right there. That two full poison procs right there. That's like 10-20% of your health. I think something like that would be amazing, and I think it would set Scroom definitely apart. Now, to balance it out, Meta Scroom wouldn't be able to get it, because Meta Scroom is actually a decent viable race on its own. A lot of people would argue that, but Scroom needs something that sets it apart. Now, obviously, we wouldn't want to make this ability as better than Meta Scroom. However, again, when it comes to Scroom, I'm just saying we needed something that sets it apart from the rest, because it can't go vampire and it really sucks in combat. Of course, some people like just being a Scroom, you know, nothing wrong with that, but again, it's just like when you have a literal upgrade to your race, it's like nobody was going to want to stay as the original race, and I think it shouldn't be that way. I think Scroom should have a choice. So again, give it a racial ability that, you know, makes it actually somewhat unique in combat and actually somewhat of a threat if used correctly. And that way maybe Scrooms can one day become meta, because I don't know, there's some crazy builds that come out with the 100% poison proc, and you know, combine that with like fire or opal, you might go stupid, you might go crazy on them. But anyway guys, I just want to make this quick video to just say buff Scrooms, please do. I don't know, I think I'll just name this video how to buff Scrooms, or Scrooms should be buffed, but spread the word around, maybe put in suggestions, and maybe they'll do it. Hopefully they'll do something like that to make Scrooms a little bit more viable. New videos coming soon. I'm back to uploading, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.